Alright, back to the game. This is German turn 2, I believe, and I'm sure at some point that I'm going to get these rounds mixed up, so forgive me when and if that happens. So, looking at the Germans' status right now, oh, I forgot to discard this fire card from last turn, so let's go ahead and do that. Groups are in good order. You know, that shot we took was a great one. It's got these guys pinned in wire. They're stuck there for a while, which is great for the Germans. So this other group has moved forward of the Americans into the wall, so we're looking at them getting a little closer. So I would think as the Germans, I still want to move forward, maybe keep some fire, if I can get any effective fire on that fire base to keep it out of action. So let's see what we're working with. Okay, let's flip these two. Alright, so we've got some great terrain here. Well, I should say terrain, not great terrain. Woods is good. The -2 is nice. Brush is negligible. -1 is better than nothing. It's better than open ground, but it's not great terrain. So really decent terrain. No movement though, so I can't move forward. There's nobody I need to rally, so this card isn't doing anything for me right now. Can't use the woods. The concealed card is something that you play when you get shot at, so I could hold on to that. Now, actually something to look at here. You see this card? It's called a split card. This line through the middle separates it. A split card means it splits the nationalities. So you can see these nationality symbols up here and these down here. So actually, for the Germans, here's our symbol here. This is a cower card. This is not a concealed card. So this card is actually useless to me as the German. And if we were Russian, this would be a concealment card. So again, this is one of the ways that the designer differentiates the nationalities. The Russians have a lot more concealment than the other nationalities. So brush card again, got no movement to use it. Fire 17, we've only got fire 9 in our group B. Our group A's got even less than that. So we can't really do anything. So in this case, we would discard. That's how you'd make that decision. So the card that's most useless, I would say, is the cower card that we can do nothing with. So I'm going to go ahead and discard that. Actually, before we do that, there is something that we can do. There are actions you can take sometimes that don't require the play of cards. One of those actions is entrenchment. Okay, entrenchment symbolizes sort of getting, maybe making a quick modification to your terrain, maybe digging a hole real quick and diving in it, and it gives you a -1, or it gives you protection of 1 basically. It reduces the fire strength of an attack coming in at you by 1 when you're shot at. So this is something that any group can do as their sole and only action if they have to all be unpinned, okay, and can't be moving. So let's try to entrench. Let's try to entrench group A and B before we finish the turn. Okay, so to check for entrenchment is very simple. You draw a card for each of the groups you want to check. It's usually one group, but sometimes, like in this case, it's more. And you flip it over, and if the random number is 0, red or black, then you're successful. If it's not, you weren't successful. So you could put the RNC draw down here. Sometimes I'll put it here just to indicate that that was the action for the group. It's up to you. So group A, entrench attempt. Successful. What that means is you would take the entrenchment chit and drop it there. So they are entrenched. So already drew. Let's flip this one. And they are also successful. So I'm going to copy this and drop another one here. All right, good job. It was very easy to entrench for me. I was successful in both attempts. It doesn't always happen that way. You can spend a lot of turns trying to entrench and failing. I forgot, this range we have here is a bell curve from -6 to +6. So I don't know what the exact odds are, but your experience definitely, I feel very lucky to have entrenched both of those just like that. So, all right. Now we're going to end the turn. We're going to discard these 2 cards because we're done. And I'm going to discard 1 from my hand because I can do that and still discard as the German. So let's get rid of this coward card. We're going to draw up. We're going to end the German turn, and it's going to go pass back to the Americans.